Hey friends, what's up and welcome back to this new video on the channel. In this video I want to talk with you about my wireframing tools that I'm using right now. This video is sponsored by Dev Mountain, an in-person coding and design bootcamp. I get a lot of questions regarding my tools, regarding my design setup and gear, and that's why I'm starting a new video series on this channel, which is going to be all about my design gear, my wireframing gear, and all of the tools that I'm using. So this first video is about my wireframing gear. I already made a video on why I think wireframing is important, so definitely check it out. I will link it so you can check it out, but this video will be solely about my gear that I'm using when I'm wireframing. So I have a lot of wireframing tools, both for paper wireframing and for digital wireframing. Depending on the project and my own mood, I'm using one or the other. So let's start out with the paper wireframing tools. For many years now, I'm using Baron Fig notebooks. Baron Fig notebooks are high quality notebooks. The company is located in New York and I just love them because they are so clean. They have a very high quality finish. They have a dotted grid and I'm using the Confidant notebook for all of my wireframing projects for several years, as I said. I really have the feeling that these notebooks are one of the best notebooks that you can get on the market right now. So for the wireframing on paper, I'm always using the Mitsubishi Pencil uni-ball I Micro. It's a waterproof and fade-proof pen. It has a black color. There are multiple colors available, but I always order the black version that I'm using in basically all of my wireframes, also for personal notes and so on. I just love this pencil. It has a nice quality and I just enjoy using it. When it comes to markers, I'm using a third-party brand with different colors, a thin and a thick side, and I just enjoy using them because I like the variety of colors that such a box of those pens include, of those markers. But I'm not willing to spend too much money on those markers because I'm just using them for the wireframes and not for professional kind of drawings. So that's why I'm not, for example, using Copic markers or any kind of like expensive markers. I'm using these cheap markers that come in a box of like 30 or 40 different colors, and I just enjoy using them because of the variety, as I said. But many times I'm also creating wireframes on my iPad, for example. I'm using an app called Notability. It's a great app because you can change the settings of your paper. For example, you can choose different colors, you can choose different grids like a lined grid or like a dotted grid, and you can even actually also use a black or dark background or paper color, and I just love these dark colors because this way I can actually use it to wireframe dark mode apps or a dark UI, and I think that's a pretty big advantage, for example, in comparison to my notebook, because the notebook only has a white sheet, and using Notability I can actually create wireframes for dark modes. I mean, of course, you can also create wireframes for dark modes on a white sheet, but this way you're getting a better feeling on how the final UI will look like, even though it's just a simple and fast wireframe. Sometimes I'm also using design software on my Mac, which is Sketch. You can also, of course, create digital wireframes in your design tool right away. Of course, there are several wireframe UI kits available that you can choose from, or you create your own wireframes just from the plain rectangle tools or oval tools that are available to you. I'm always trying to be really fast and simple when it comes to wireframes. I'm just using a couple of lines and a couple of colors to get a better feeling of what the final product, the final app or website will look like. I'm not trying to lose too much time because, of course, the UI and design stage of a project should have much more time available. So I'm just trying to keep it simple, to get a few wireframes written down or drawn on my iPad or on my notebook to get a simple idea, or to maybe also find spots, pain points and problems in the early design and early creation process. So to sum it up, I'm using a notebook, I'm using my iPad, and sometimes maybe a design tool like Sketch to create wireframes. I'm using a very simple set, I'd say, and I hope this video gave you some inspiration on what you could actually use for creating wireframes. I hope you enjoyed this video, friends. If you enjoyed it, hit the thumb up or subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much for your time, and we will see us in the next one. Dev Mountain offers housing at no extra cost for immersive students, and they have a career services team to help with job placements. Dev Mountain would love to hear from you, so be sure to click the link in the video description if you or somebody you know is ready to dive into the UX design program.